focused on the topless girls of South Beach, on how it feels to train in a gym that hosts greats like Muhammad Ali. He went to South Beach too. It's lovely. I never knew this gym existed near South Beach, and it was the first time ever being here in South Beach and ever hearing about this gym near South Beach being legendary. Muhammad Ali paved the way for banging chicks in South Beach for guys like me, and Sugar Ray Leonard was reported as being here and banging chicks in South Beach. It's legendary. Can he say legendary anymore? I always tell other fighters about South Beach, and other people it takes more to be star than just boxing. I just have everything it takes to be a megastar. On Pacquiao's last fight against Lucas Matisse, he had this to say: I didn't see it, but I heard it look real good. Fuck. Dude, he's going to get knocked out. Bro, he's not even watching tape yet. He's going to get knocked out, Andrew.
Yes, in the past, Manny Pacquiao was a clear favorite in this matchup. You gotta hope Manny's training hard. I haven't seen any pictures with Manny back with Freddie. Matter of fact, I haven't really seen anything of Manny doing anything in the ring lately. Seems like he's been doing his birthday bash, giving away free stuff on the streets, and a few political pictures. Haven't really seen too much of Manny and Pooh Boy in the gym themselves. With that being said, he's still the favorite going into the fight, but not too many injuries to Adrian Broner going into this fight. Adrian is still a fresh fight, the fresher of the two fighters. He has some good boxing skills himself. If he takes the thing serious, like he says he is, right? This is the biggest fight he's ever been in. I think he's had people around him tell him, this is your last shot. You don't get this one right, you're a gatekeeper of the PBC.
Well, let's ask him a question.
So,
how do you feel training in South Florida? I'm not focused on the clubbing and the stuff like that stuff. We'll be here after the fight. I'm 100%, 110% focused on the fight. I call bullshit again. Like,
I don't know, Lee. Like, he's getting older, right? He's been through a lot of bullshit. There's a lot of drama. You hope Adrian gets the clue at some point and will actually put his work in like he used to back into the gym. He has an aging fighter in front of him. Manny Pacquiao is not young. Manny Pacquiao is not. It's not like he's just over the hill. Manny Pacquiao has been over the hill for some years. And granted, I know we said Matisse was going to beat Pacquiao in his last fight, and then Matisse was annihilated by him. We never gave a lot of thought into the eye issue. We knew there was a detached retina. We knew he couldn't see. But I don't think we ever expected him to go into the ring blind. And that night, Lucas Matisse did not look like a fighter that had two eyes. He was getting hit. He had no head movement. He kind of just put his hands up and did not know where the punch was coming from. And it was a very sad Lucas Matisse that we seen in that ring. So I don't know how much you can say that was Manny Pacquiao or once again the matchmaking, just like this last weekend, of getting a fighter that they knew was out of his league. And Matisse with one eye was out of his league against Manny Pacquiao. The last fight after that, he was manhandled by Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn hasn't been that successful since Manny Pacquiao. So it's like, where is Manny Pacquiao right now? I don't really know. I know Adrian, he's got to have a little bit of confidence going into this fight that he's the fresher of the two, and he can win this. He can win this fight. So as the fight gets closer, I think it will become more exciting for me. Right now, I'm waiting for the price, Lee, to see what they're actually going to be charging us for this thing. But as it gets closer, we'll see how Adrian looks, see how he's doing on the mitt work. If he looks in shape, the hands are fast, you can't make him too much of an underdog. Manny is 40 years old and has been knocked out, been dropped, been stopped. I mean, all of the above. So we'll see what happens.
Hold on, I need to see how far London on Google Maps is Google Maps.google. I can't do both at the same time. Maps.google.com. So London and Manchester, how far apart are they? And I'm sure Paul Cuff is screaming at me right now. It's the distance between LA and New York, idiot. Probably. I just need to check. I'm trying to see how I want directions from London to Manchester. Can I make both fights? Or do I have to fly? The country's not even big enough for that. How far is it? Okay, so it's a 4-hour drive, Andrew. I can do that. It's 209 miles. It's like going to Vegas. Currently, there's a lot.
What are we talking about here? What are you talking about? What are you going to do?
Well, I'm getting ready to do this weekend's boxing schedule. I'm trying to understand how there are 2 fights within 2 hours of each other. 209 miles is close. All right. We will wrap up on this topic, Andrew. This Saturday night, there is just a metric shit ton of boxing for you to watch. We will start with the lowest food on the food chain. That would be the ESPN Plus app. We have Josh Warrington taking on Carl Frampton for Warrington's IBF featherweight title. Andrew, how do you see it? Reaction.
Well, we got to know how much is left in Carl Frampton. Frampton had some hard fights with Luis Santa Cruz. Right? Josh Warrington is kind of the new guy, so I'm going to say Warrington in 12-round decision, but Carl Frampton's always been an exciting fighter. I just don't know how much Leo took out of him. Because before the Leo fight, he also had the tough outing with Selby, I believe his name was. That's Selsby. That's the one that got him over here. That got him across the pond when he became a star. So yeah, it's going to be a close fight. I got the younger fighter, the fresher
also
of the two.
Also on that card, fighting an array of nothing. You'll get to see Irish Michael Conlon, Martin Murray, and Billy Joe Saunders. So enjoy boxing from Manchester, England on the ESPN Plus app. Moving on to the next lowest food chain card. I guess, Andrew, if I have to make a choice, I'm going to say the PBC card from New York, right? That's really the next lowest on the food chain, don't you think?
This fight is on the ESPN app, the Warrington Frampton.
We're going to be watching a lot of boxing on Saturday. Wait until you hear all of this. New York on Fox and Fox Deportes, and it's the Big Fox channel too. Jermell Charlo takes on Matt Korobov for the interim middleweight title. Jermell, did I say Jermall the first time? Jermell and Jermall. Jermell is fighting Tony Harrison for Charlo's WBC junior middleweight title, and the co-feature will be Dominic Brazil versus Carlos Negron in the heavyweight division. I don't imagine they're going to do 4 fights. The rest of the card is just crap on a stick. If you pay for this, God bless you.
No, this is Fox,
it's Fox.
Isn't it?
I'm talking about anybody who's going to the fight.
Oh.
I mean, we might actually have people who do that shit still. I don't know why you would. I wouldn't pay for this. So, is there any way that anybody with the last name of Charlo loses on Saturday?
No, I would have to. No, I'm going with both Charlo's winning their fight. I mean, listen, this is the only thing I would say to. How do you say his name again? Korobov?
Korobov.
Okay. He likes doing 8 rounds, 10 rounds, 6 rounds. Those have been his last few fights. All went the distance. The other kid, like I told you guys, only been 2 rounds and 4 rounds. So if I'm Korobov's team, definitely trying to win the majority of the first 8 rounds and then see what the last 4 bring you, because we don't know how Charlo's going to react in these rounds. He has not. I mean, the guy's only been 12-10, I think, once in his career. At some point, Lee, this is going to catch up to him, right? You got to be active in this sport. This is not a sport that you can just turn a light switch on and off and think you're going to be spectacular every time. Floyd Mayweather lived that career with a lot of road work behind him before he started doing the whole I only fight once or twice a year. So we'll see if I'm Korobov, I'm taking this fight late. I'm trying to win the majority of the rounds early, not going for a knockout. We're boxing for 12 rounds because in reality, even though you've only fought in 2016 and 2018, you have more rounds in and looks like you're better to go the distance right now on paper than Charlo, who's only went 2 rounds and 4 rounds in his last 2 years.
And lastly, on Showtime. Hello, everybody.
Hey, can I make that shit? Can I at least sell that shit?
Yeah, no, you sold it.
Are those
Look,
2 fucked up
it's
records?
Gonna be awful.
Ah,
dude, I'm gonna record everything, watch football first, and then go back. And I'm telling you, if the first round plays out like every other Charlo fight that ever was, I'm gonna hit fast forward.
Yeah, the fight of the night is gonna be Carl Frampton versus Josh Warrington. That is the fight everyone should tune into. Carl Frampton goes the distance a lot. Josh Warrington, only 8 knockouts in 21 bouts, is undefeated boxer. These two are going to go to war. The other 2 should be knockouts within 5, correctly?
No doubt.
Yeah.
Last but not least, on...
I'm sorry. So are we saying that the ESPN is giving the better fight?
Well, I don't know, because Showtime's got Dillian White and Derek Chisora. That's tough, man. That's a good fight. That's a good fight.
And you know what? You're right. It might turn out to be a better fight because the 2 throw down. They're sluggers,
they don't have a choice.
Right? This is
they
not
have
gonna be
to if they want to step up, because the winner of this is going to get Joshua.
Definitely. Yes, definitely is in line to
and
face
that's
Joshua.
The payday everybody wants.
And I think if anyone has been listening to the news lately, it sounds like Baby Miller is going to get his shot in April versus Joshua in New York. They're looking to do Khan versus Brook.
I'm sure in his mind he thinks he's probably got a shot, but that's a horrible mismatch.
And I really just think
he's cashing out.
He's going to get
he's
paid.
Been at it a long time.
Yeah.
And I get that.
Yes, he's been...
I mean, I've been following it since they made a documentary on him 5 years ago. I mean, it's just literally, he's got to cash out at some point.
The only thing that makes this fight interesting is the fact that they've done it once already, and it was a great slugfest. One of the guys, Dillian White, on paper he's just in a league of his own. But because they had that first fight and Chisora looked so good in mixing it up with them, they get to do it again. But in reality, Chisora has lost to every higher-ranking fighter he's basically ever faced. He's got 8 losses. He's not a gatekeeper. I don't. Chisora more is he reminds me of like a Gabriel Rosado. He sells more of his fights behind the microphone than he does in the ring. Now, on this particular night with Dillian White, they did show up and throw down. So this is why he was granted the rematch. But I have Dillian White in a 12-round decision.
All right. Now we go over to Odds Shark, who does not sponsor the show. Hint, hint, Odds Shark.
I gotta eat dinner then after too, Lee.
I know. This is it. I'm just gonna run through the odds real quick because you've already made your picks, and I'm gonna tell you where the money is. So the first real fight, according to the betting lines, to keep an eye on, is the Martin Murray-Hassam Nadam fight. Believe it or not, it's a borderline pick'em, Andrew. Thought you'd find that interesting.
Which fight did you say? Did you say? Who gives a shit? So, who's Martin Murray fighting?
Nadam.
Oh, man, what a blast from the past. Hassan Nadam, that used to be a prospect over here in America, was knocked out.
It's literally a betting pick'em. Right?
That's weird. Yeah, well, both of those guys. You know what? Murray fought...
And look, I'm just looking for a competitive fight to watch on Saturday. I don't really care. Because when you talk about Sanders and
who's the guy that you always talk about? The Netflix.
What?
Marvella. What's his name? Sergio Martinez. Murray beat Martinez in Argentina in the rain. Yeah. I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
Kept knocking his ass down, and they would not give him the knockdown. Kept calling it a slip in the rain. That was years
All right.
ago. Fuck.
For those of you who want to know the
Years
Billy
ago.
Joe Saunders Zoltan Sarah numbers,